Um, whoa, end stream. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. I have no idea what's happening.
Let me do it. Oh wait, you're live.
Okay. No, I don't think I am.
You're
See,
not.
that's from earlier.
It says live 45 minutes.
Wow. There's a gap. This is so on brand 2020 right now.
So you're streaming to YouTube right now?
I guess I am, but I think that it's
But
late.
But you also left Facebook.
I left Facebook.
So turn Facebook back on.
Okay.
Just start fuck over again here. That'll help.
I just don't even know what's happening. That helps. Oh my God. All right. I believe we are on Facebook. I believe we are on YouTube. Oh, yes, and we've got comments. All right. The show is going forward. I'm just going to start over with what I was saying before. I want to thank all of you for being here. I am Christophe the Insultor. I know you have entertainment choices on a night like New Year's Eve, so thank you for picking me. That's wonderful. I was saying that I'm sitting here in a werewolf shirt I put on for the full moon 2 nights ago and haven't shaved, and I don't know what I would scrape off myself with a cracker if I tried, but I blush to think about it. I was talking about how on Instagram they make it very easy for you to buy shit that you don't need. And in fact, I did buy this pair of hipster pants while drunk, and I just don't think Instagram is a very good friend. What friend lets you buy shit while you're drunk in the middle of the night? I mean, social media generally is not your friend. We know that, but Instagram always seems like the most benign one somehow. It's like, oh, smiling people and beautiful places and rescue dogs. You're gonna love it. And there you are with your apocalypse self-medication, and and suddenly here comes your buddy Instagram slipping in the sales pitch like, oh, this is Mexico, and these are your friends from Chicago. They live in Mexico now. They like margaritas. Do you? Do you want to see some tequila bottles? Or Godzilla? Or a World War II airplane? Hey, are you fucked up right now? Why, yes, I am. That's cool. Do you know how great you look in these pants? Aren't you tired of wearing gray sweatpants? They match my beard. I have some beard dye. It's all natural. Go back to the pants. Okay. You want them, don't you? I already have your credit card. You don't even have to do anything. Just don't look away from the pants for 2 seconds. 1001, 1002. There! $50. Your pants are in the mail. Hey, you want to see a devil tattoo on the back of a sexy chick? So no, this won't be a very long show. I know we've all got those last-minute 2020 things to do, like change the dressing on the laceration you stitched yourself, learning how to chop firewood, even though the closest you ever came to chopping wood before was wearing a flannel shirt from Urban Outfitters. I know we all have to Google how much water you have to put in rubbing alcohol before you can drink it and not go into a coma. Or we have to count out the black-eyed peas in the single can we're splitting 6 ways, then serving on a bed of stale cornflakes. Or maybe, like me, you're going to try to figure out where on the massive radiation burn of debt to apply the $600 damp toilet paper swatch of our own fucking money we're hoping those pricks will finally give us back. Times are tight. Mean girls who used to shoplift jewelry for fun are giving webinars on swiping spam and tampons. People who used to fish off the bridge and not care if they caught anything are now posting recipes for pelican. You may be tempted to think that I'm only here because I ran out of small business loan money, or because I ran up so much credit card debt that last night I got an Uno card declined. Or because I found my acrobat wife Googling foot fetish model salary. Or because I miss the smell of cash from your filthy warm hands, or the feel of a wad of bills in my wallet. The freedom of ordering propane to heat my house instead of burning childhood toys and Christmas cards from dead relatives. You may think I yearn for the spiritual exfoliation of projecting my own faults and fantasies on others, or the egoic sugar calories of knowing I could easily out-insult the old schoolyard bullies that once tormented me, or if not out-insult the old ones, I could slap the shit out of some new ones because they're only 12. What'd you say to that kid? Well, he's not fat. You're skinny. Seriously, you're like a skeleton with gum smeared all over it. Come here. Let's thank that Sam's DeZeo's de 2020 sticker for us. Or, when I remember to change my phone's language from Spanish to English for dictation, let's think about some of the things that 2020 has taken from us. For example, anonymous romance. Even those of us who are older, married, and demoralizingly ugly now still mostly remember a time when we were young and single and just somewhat goofy looking. Making out with randos could be, in the right context, a truly delightful experience. A lot of fun. Remember the thrill of being at a party where neither the host nor, if we're honest, any of the guests know who you are? The excitement of finding a strange, willing face and sticking your tongue down its food hole. Tasting the stale half-cigarette they plucked from the space between the pack and the wrapper and smoked on the balcony not 20 minutes earlier. The tobacco gently overlaid with lukewarm craft beer. Saliva and the remnants of a corn chip. But sometimes it didn't stop there, did it? Sometimes you found yourself clenching ass cheeks on a cold bathroom sink, hoping to get hard or wet for your new friend, while on the other side of the door, the adenoidal 30-something with adult braces whom you met hovering over the well-used 7-layer nacho dip knocks passive-aggressively on the door and asked if everything's okay in there. Well, you're not sure if it is, and you're not sure that it isn't, but everybody in this WC seems pretty enthusiastic about it so far, so we'll just move forward with this. Yes, random sex. Remember it, straight ladies, gay fellows, and others who enjoy men licking that strange tool like an African anteater trying to get every last termite off a baobab branch? Or gay ladies and others who enjoy women. How can we forget getting neck cramps while chowing unidentified box in a Honda like a crazed bulldog working peanut butter out of a Kong stuck under the sofa? Or asexuals. Do you sometimes get nostalgic about confidently turning down requests for gross and intrusive activities before going home to text your platonic friend in another state about Star Trek till 4 a.m.? Probably not. But 2020 took most of that away, didn't it? For people of conscience, at least. For people who care about anybody but their damn selves. I'm sure plenty of you maskless sociopaths are out there, even tonight, dipping your unwrapped candy canes in alien butt chocolate, saying, "Lock down with your cock brown!" Unconcerned about the octogenarian who'll croak 3 weeks after she buys the chicken broth you'll cough on, then put back on the shelf because it contains sugar. Seriously? Sugar? You're stirring anonymous mud honey, but you can't put sugar in the sacred temple that is your body? But for the rest of us, those of us who care, it's monogamy, celibacy, or whacking off on Zoom. There's a lot of whacking off on Zoom out there. I can feel it. I can smell it. I know it. I bet somebody was twiddling their fun parts on that Zoom call you had last night. I know it was your family, but people are getting weird now. Everybody is secretly masturbating on camera. In 2020, we are all Jeffrey Toobin. Think about it. When was the last time you saw my hands? We have to find pleasure where we can. For example, in 2020, did you maybe find a phone game so good it'll make your legs fall asleep on the shitter? A game so good it makes you forget in what undignified, wicked-smelling cold place you really are. That's escapism right there, forgetting your goddamn body. That's what 2020's holy grail is. You finally remember you're in the shitter playing your fascinating game and you try to stand up and you can't feel your legs. They feel like hockey sticks. You fall down. You crack your head on the shower door. That's living. Can't do that too much, though. Cutting off circulation to your extremities is bad. End up getting your legs amputated that way. Dude, move the camera down. Let me see. Are those stumps? No fucking way. You went into this pandemic with 2 legs and now you have no legs. What happened? I sat on the shitter too long playing Bad North and they turned purple and they had to cut them off, like with a sword, because I'm like a Viking. No, that's about as least like a Viking as you possibly can be, isn't it? Tell a Viking you did that to yourself, that being that you sat over the poop hole until your legs took a dirt nap. He'd smother you with a pillow to save the honor of your mead hall. That would be a good story. What happened to Greg? And to be clear, this is some shit that happens to a kid named Greg. Don't name your kid Greg. What happened to Greg? Oh, well, he found this game he liked too much, and he sat on the shitter until his legs fell asleep one time too many, and they had to cut them off. Ooh, sucks. Yeah. But then he told this guy from 9th century Sweden what happened to him. Before you know it, there's Olaf Fetus Eater stuffing Greg's face with his own low-allergen pillow. Greg's like, but Olaf's keeping his pillow pimp hand strong, like, did you not realize when you played the Bad North that you're fighting against my people, Gregmar Weekstumps? Speaking of Vikings, I have to wonder if 1020 was this bad. This is, at least for Western folks like us, straight up millenarian shit. You realize that, right? Like, everybody just gets so worked up thinking, here comes the year 1000 or 2000, this must be when Jesus is coming back. And then, spoiler alert, he doesn't. And 20 years later, everybody's shit just falls apart. But let's take a look at 1020 AD. Let's go to, like, Wessex, England. Why are you so sad, Rolf? Well, Father Thomas said Jesus was coming back to fix everything, so I was kind of waiting for that. But it's been 20 years, and this place is still a toilet, and I'm starting to think if we want to have it be any better, we'll have to do it ourselves. Ooh, that's deep. Play this game. It'll make you feel better. What is it? It's called Good Future. It's 999 years from now, and you basically have no problems, except you have to try not to sit on the shitter so long your legs fall asleep. Sounds too easy. That's because you're on basic setting. You're white, in a rich country. You could make it harder. Watch. Now you're black. Get out of the car. Wow, those guys are like Vikings. Yeah, they roll up on you and beat your ass and take your shit. Unless you look like them, then they're pretty nice. Watch, let's toggle it back. All right, you're white again. Do you need help finding the interstate? Too fucking real. 2020. Weird how hung up on math we get, isn't it? I mean, like I was saying before, of course it's about 1,000 years, 2,000 years. Jesus is going to come back in some divisible by 10 number. 1,000 years after his birth, 2,000, or after his death. That's right. If we all make it that far, get ready for people to get whacked out as fuck again in 2033. You heard it here first. That is my prediction. If we get through that now, we'll have a 967-year break from this shit, and brother, I could use it. But no, we like 1,000-year anniversaries because those are big, important numbers divisible by 10, which happens to be how many fingers we have. Wonder how that happened. I wonder if the inventor of 11 way back in paleo days was maybe a guy who had a boner all the time. How many antelopes did you see? Well, there were all my fingers and this many antelopes. And by the way, you're looking fit. Thank you. It's my diet. I only eat antelopes and grass. I stopped eating honey because it makes you fat. And you get stung. I want you guys to know that I was going to insult people tonight. My plan was I was going to write down some harsh material about 2020 to close with, but for the main show, I would do some regular insults on some people. Like in the live show I was performing 1,000 years ago, in March. But nobody wanted me to insult any humans tonight. Everybody's like, insult this fucking year. Which is crazy when you think about it. You can't touch a 2020. It has no face. It's a construct. It's an idea. It's some numbers on the Gregorian calendar. See, there's fucking Greg again. But that's not the only calendar there is. I have to wonder if, this year being a suck year all around, obviously, I wonder if Muslim clerics are all amped up like, oh, I hate 1422. I'm alone in the mosque. The tabbouleh guy lost his sense of smell. Now the tabbouleh tastes like old feet. Of course, the Arabic religious calendar, the one they use to figure out when Ramadan and the Hajj and all that are, is pretty cool because it's a lunar calendar. And a lunar calendar, I think, is a more organic way to tell time. I think it's closer to the original, like how we initially figured out what time was. Now, that might have been the moon, but it might have been another similar cycle. I take you to 20,020 BCE. What's the matter? You look sad. Oh, Thala won't let me nearer, and I don't know if I want to go nearer. It looks like somebody killed a cave bear in there. Oh, that sucks, Greg. Yeah, this is like the 12th time it's happened. What's 12th? Oh, right. It's some shit I made up. I mean, this is the both hands and pussy fingers time that this has happened. And now it's getting cold again, just like it was when I met Thala. That day all those birds left. The day that wolf came to the fire and wanted to be friends, and I said, okay, as long as you understand that if you piss in the cave, I'm going to invent a magazine, roll it up, and hit you in the nose with it. All that happened exactly 12 murdered cave bears ago. That's heavy. The beginning of time. But we didn't come here to philosophize about time and the nature of existence, did we? No, we came here to talk quite specifically about a quite specific year. Now, we come to the main event. 2020, you're a nasty motherfucker. First, let's talk about ugly. I've seen ugly years in my life. 1981, for example, big-ass glasses, big-ass hair. Have you ever seen a K-car? Polyester everywhere. But 1981 is a six-pack having 24-year-old underwear model next to you, 2020, you chicken, wattle-neck, chinless, skinny-legged, blue-lipped bowl of bad enchilada shit and Purell. No wonder you put everybody in a mask, ugly as you are, you concave, titty, dick-nose, lamprey mouth, shaky, squinty-eyed little bitch, coming around here with your flaky, chapped-ass dandruff hands from washing them every 5 minutes, dressed like a Lovecraftian hobo in hash-marked sweatpants that practically stand up by themselves from all the crusty whacking off you do to human misery? Fuck, you're pathetic. You're plaguey like 1919 without good architecture. You're full of civil unrest like 1968, but without good music or luxurious bush. You're bankrupting everybody like 1929, but without flappers. Get the fuck out of here. Take your ventilators and your N95s and your tear gas and your lies and nail your balls to the next thing Elon Musk launches into the sky. You're too heavy to go with your balls into outer space. I just want to see your balls spectacularly ripped off by a rocket. Get out, you mean-spirited anal tick of a year, with your conspiracy theories and awkward work zooms and endless YouTube videos of yet another bitch with a ukulele. Get out! I want to work and perform live again, and I can't do it until you're dead. I want to see my family in person again, and I can't do it until you're dead. I want to travel to fun places and drink weird shit and pass out from jet lag in foreign hotel rooms again, and I can't do it until you're dead. So die! Die with your colorless hair on fire. Die with your ass split open by a steam-powered speculum. Die drowning in snot, saliva, champagne, and cheese whiz! And when you're through dying, go to the hell of wretched years. Get mustard gassed with 1918, or starve with 1849, or listen to the Bee Gees with 1977. Or better yet, because you isolated us in life and death this year, your year, the year you were in charge of, spend eternity alone, listening to the same bad poem again and again and again forever. And if you haven't got any bad poetry of your own, don't worry, I've written one for you. I gift you with this one. Listen, you nasty motherfucker, and then get out! A new year comes at 12 a.m. 1 second past December. This one's been a screaming bitch, the worst I can remember. Most years have a few bad days, other years have plenty, but none has been jammed ass to tits with shit like 2020. It started out okay, I guess. We had jobs and we went to them. Glad to have them, glad to do them, glad to pay the rent with them. But then a virus did us wrong because some dude in China tampered with a weasel's ass or licked a bat's vagina. Before hypocrisy takes root in our hearts and blossoms, remember, we've got cooters here who stick their dicks in possums. Each year they blow their dogs and cats. They shoot their wads on llamas. 1,000 nutria got used, and that's just Alabama. So let's not shit on Wuhan. It got a rotten deal. Who hasn't felched a marmoset or condomized an eel? No matter where it started, the little bastards here, COVID-19 ate our lunch and shat in all our beer. It chewed up our petunias. It nut-slapped all our cheeks. It wronged us with a cricket bat until our dumper leaks. The stupidest among us said, "It only harms the old. It ain't no worse than anal warts or a nearly lethal cold. It ain't as rough as getting shot through your lean or spleen or liver, nor nearly not quite half so grim as drowning in a river. There's just so many ways to die, by car, truck, or tractor. A twister sure will split you wide, and age is not a factor. I'd rather catch the COVID than have to fuck my ex again. God knows I'd rather let it in than even half a Mexican. We went to church to pray it down. We asked the Lord on high. Now, some of us don't smell so well, and several of us died. Yes, COVID closed our restaurants. It drowned us all in debt. I ordered stamps in August, and I haven't got them yet. Of course, our pets are overjoyed. They count themselves the winner. This year we all stayed home with them. Next month they might be dinner. Yes, 2020 made us poor. We grew our food ourselves. We sold our jewelry, pawned our rings. We hoard out elves on shelves. It wholly ruined Christmas, right down to Jesus' creche, which was a pile of lettuce, and it wasn't very fresh. In place of 3 old holy kings, we got a pair of lobbyists, and you should have heard that baby yell. The moil was just a hobbyist. The drummer boy, he had no drums, just a damn kazoo. Instead of rum-pum-pum, he played fuck you and you and you. 2020 took away Bill Withers and John Prine, Van Halen, Little Richard, but fucking Nugent's doing fine. Mitch McConnell's killing bills. Trump is in a golf cart. Kanye's off his meds and running naked through a Walmart. Strippers had it pretty good before we hit this patch, but now they have to wear a thong on both their face and snatch. Where have our sex workers gone? I haven't seen one in ages. They must be hiding in plain sight and earning honest wages. Perhaps I'll take my porch swing out and put a brass pole in case the FedEx driver might like to have a spin. But who am I kidding? I'm as broke as all those boys and girls, growing my own food and yelling, "Cocksucker!" at squirrels. There's your great insulter, so menacing and potent, reduced to guarding lettuce and sexualizing rodents. A squirrel will fuck your garden up. He'll chew right through your netting. I mean to skin the next one in if anybody's betting. I'm sick of masks, and sicker still of cunts who will not use them, who stomp their feet and shit their pants should any store refuse them. I've had enough of Karens, too, these chicks from Christian Mingle calling cops on dark-skinned folks and screaming at bilinguals. 2-0, 2-0. You suck more balls than Kobe Bryant ever threw. You won't believe the boner we've all got to just be through with you. Through with fear and quarantine, and folks trying to divide us, of microplastics in the fish and temperatures that fry us. You've got 2 hours left, and change, at least in this time zone. You're dying, 2020, and I'll piss upon your bones. 2021 might suck. It might even suck worse. But even if it does, I'm glad to see you in a hearse. Yes, even if the next year brings apocalyptic scenes, none of us will miss you. You'll be skipped. We'll miss the teens. Goodbye, you evil bag of thorns stuffed up our butts and twisted. Crawl back to hell and burn there. Get pitchforked, kicked, and fisted. Unless, of course, you'd care to give us back our jobs and lives, to give sons back their fathers and husbands back their wives. But that's not what you do, you greedy cunt, not really, is it? So fuck off to oblivion. We've not enjoyed your visit. The new year is upon us. We turn our wary gaze past our face-timed kisses and the champagne we will raise to where you wait, a new year veiled in shadow, hardly seen, with something in your hand for us, a sword, a coin, vaccine. We don't know, but you're welcome. We'll meet you very soon, and hope you treat us better than that other fucking goon. The bar is low, you know. You will not need to be that kind for us to fully love you, given what we've left behind. We ask you to take down the walls we've built between each other. We hope you have within your gift our sisters, friends, and brothers. We're dying to feel warmth again. It's love we're really after. Even me. It's one thing to tell jokes to screens, quite another to hear laughter. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year. Let me take a moment now. I believe there are comments here. I think I'll go, if you don't mind, I'll take a minute to
Facebook or YouTube.
Take a look on YouTube here. Dang. This is a long poem. This a fucking epic, but very entertaining. Oh, this is nice to hear. Let me, fucking Greg. Let me scoot over to Facebook and see what's going on over there if I can. Patience, please. I really am a Luddite. Facebook. No, I don't want the porn right now. All right. Yeah, here we go. Christophe the Insultor. God, I hope that worked out all right. What?
Makes me wonder what 2020 is doing to pine tree. You should read that aloud.
Somebody wrote in, makes me wonder what 2020 is doing to Pine Tree, which if you have my first CD, God love Pine Tree. I did an insult called A Day in the Life of Pine Tree, which I subsequently retired because I knew I wasn't going to perform it that well again. Oh, I'm seeing some lovely, lovely things in here. Look, friends, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the internet and go read these and spend some time with my beautiful, my wonderful wife. And I suggest you find who's important to you, whether they're in your house or not, and tell them what you feel about them. If this year has taught us anything, it's that we cannot take tomorrow for promised. I think you're wonderful. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year. Happy 21. Kiss somebody without mouth diseases. Good night.